All of the lights.
The principle of the fuel cell was discovered by German scientist Christian Friedrich Schonbein in 1838 and published in one of the scientific magazines of the time. Based on this work, the first fuel cell was demonstrated by Welsh scientist and barrister Sir William Robert Grove in the February 1839 edition of the Philosophical Magazine and Journal of Science, and later sketched in 1842 in the same journal. The fuel cell he made used similar materials to today's phosphoric acid fuel cell. In 1955, W. Thomas Grubb, a chemist working for the General Electric Company, further modified the original fuel cell design by using a sulfonated polystyrene ion exchange membrane as the electrolyte. 3 years later, another GE chemist, Leonard Nidrak, devised a way of depositing platinum onto the membrane, which served as a catalyst for the necessary hydrogen oxidation and oxygen reduction reactions. This became known as the Grubb-Nidrak fuel cell. GE went on to develop this technology with NASA and McDonnell Aircraft, leading to its use in Project Gemini. This was the first commercial use of a fuel cell. It wasn't until 1959 that British engineer Francis Thomas Bacon successfully developed a 5-kilowatt stationary fuel cell. In 1959, a team led by Harry Eyrig built a 15-kilowatt fuel cell tractor for Alice Chalmers, which was demonstrated across the U.S. at state fairs. This system used potassium hydroxide as the electrolyte and compressed hydrogen and oxygen as the reactants. Later in 1959, Bacon and his colleagues demonstrated a 5-kilowatt unit capable of powering a welding machine. In the 1960s, Pratt & Whitney licensed Bacon's U.S. patents for use in the U.S. space program to supply electricity and drinking water, hydrogen and oxygen being readily available from the spacecraft tanks. In 1991, the first hydrogen fuel cell automobile was developed by Roger Billings. United Technologies Corporation's UTC Power subsidiary was the first company to manufacture and commercialize a large stationary fuel cell system for use as a cogeneration power plant in hospitals, universities, and large office buildings. UTC Power continues to market this fuel cell as the PureCell 200, a 200-kilowatt system. UTC Power continues to be the sole supplier of fuel cells to NASA for use in space vehicles, having supplied the Apollo missions, and currently the Space Shuttle program, and is developing fuel cells for automobiles, buses, and cell phone towers. The company has demonstrated the first fuel cell capable of starting under freezing conditions with its proton exchange membrane. Fuel cell history is very important to know, as they are very important to today's lifestyle.
Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need, want you to